Welcome to A Mason's Work, the podcast where we review Masonic symbols and illustrate how they can be used to solve problems in everyday life. With your host, Brian Mattox, a proud member of the Craftsman Online Media Network.
So the Hiramic Legend and the fellow craft Masons that enter a conspiracy to, kill the Grand Master, are super instructive about a lot of things, stuff that we don't talk about in the other degrees. So if you are not yet a third degree Mason, and you want to not spoil the story, you should probably tune out. But if you're a Master Mason, we're not going to be talking secrets here. We're just going to talk a story. The Hiramic Legend, which is available in numerous sources online, talks about the brothers who are essentially self-conscious, that they're not going to be able to achieve the word of a Master Mason. Now, it doesn't really matter what the MacGuffin is, right? In the story, what matters is the story itself. That people were apprehensive about a situation beyond their control, and their response was, at least some of them, was violence. Now, what does that teach us about the Masonic sort of tools and lexicon, and how does it work? What it really points to is that there will perpetually be situations beyond your control, and you have choices. More often than not, you have choices about how to respond. Now, you get about a second, maybe a second and a half of, to be overwhelmed by your emotions. But as men in this society, we are not allowed to sort of not be accountable for those emotions. We have to process them, and we have to process them pretty quick. A lot of the emotions that we are prone to have, with testosterone being what it is, tend towards dark, violent, awful things. And so what this really kind of advises us of is that there will be perpetually situations beyond our control, and the only really meaningful response we get is how we deal with those things. Sometimes that's pleasant, sometimes it's not. There are tons of surprises that come up where you're like, oh man, this is great, and you're having an awesome time, and you kind of take that and roll with it. There's typically an equal amount of adversity that comes up, and as that comes up, your response is again within your control. There's a saying in life that pain is unavoidable, but suffering is optional. And when we talk about that, what we really mean here is that you have there will be pain in your life, there will be adversity, there will be situations that are beyond your control, and you get to choose those responses. What we're trying to drive for here as men that go through this sort of Masonic process is we're trying to achieve a meaningful level of agency. We're trying to become the master craftsmen, the people who can master their domain. In some ways, it is the ultimate form of control, to be in control in an environment that is out of control. And so as you evolve and grow yourself as a person, and you increase your level of agency, you're going to gain power over your emotions, over your physicality, over the relationships you have in your life. You're going to gain that agency as you progress and develop your ability to respond to the adversities of life. And the Masonic tools will help with that a great deal if you spend the time and work on it. Cultivating things like self-awareness, cultivating things like, being able to process and analyze the way you feel, and turn that into things that you can work on out in the world. This is one of the things that the Masonic symbols deck that I've cooked up is super useful for, in fact, is extroverting your thinking process. It's about getting those thoughts out into the world so you can operate on them, determine which ones are good, determine what to do with them, and discard the ones that aren't adding value. This is the gavel over and over again. So when things come up, when adversity strikes, remember your apron. Remember to put it on and become the Mason that you have been raised to be. Work on that analysis. Work on getting that clarity that you're going to need to move your initiatives forward in an upright manner, with your actions square against the square of virtue and all those good things. And you'll find that the Masonic experience, beyond just being kind of like the fun thing that you do with your buddies, starts to really be a roadmap for the better version of yourself as you move forward.
The views represented in this podcast are those of the speaker alone and are not representative of any grand or subordinate lodge.
Hi, Brian here. I wanted to thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have any suggestions or guidance for further episodes you'd like to see or hear, whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at amasonswork.com, and we will try and incorporate your suggestions into a future recording. Thanks.
Freemasonry teaches us that the true work is within, a lifelong journey of reflection, discipline, and discovery. At A Mason's Work, we help Masons bring out their best selves through meaningful self-inquiry and symbolic practice. From personal reflection to lodge engagement, we offer tools that turn symbols into action. Visit us at amasonswork.com. The work is within. The time is now.